here to do a special video. Today is my birthday and I turned 30, and this video is dedicated to Pastor Andrew, who was 30 when he lost the battle to depression and anxiety, to suicide. So that is the main thing that I'm going to talk about today. And I have really been trying to spread awareness just like he did while he was here on this earth. He did such a great job and I miss him so much. I'm going to try not to cry, but I miss him so much. And there is just a lot of misconceptions and ignorance in the Christian community about mental health and in society as a whole. So I just want to try to do my part in shedding some light on some of the misconceptions, and I'm just going to continue to do that for as long as I'm here. I too am struggling with major depressive disorder. Now, I don't know the details of his particular disorder, so I don't know the details about all of that, but I know that he also was diagnosed with depression. And I want to first say that there is a difference between emotional depression and medical major depressive disorder. The emotional depression is typically caused by an outside factor, like a circumstance, a hard time in life, losing a job, grieving, the loss of someone, losing your home, like really, tragic events. The emotional depression is usually caused by those things. Medical depression is caused by a chemical imbalance in your brain. So it is physical and it is chemical, just like other physical diseases where your brain is not functioning correctly. So you cannot operate normally the way that God created our bodies or desired our bodies to operate. So that is what I have. I have major depressive disorder, and there's an area in my brain where the neurons are inactive. So the parts of my brain that regulate normal functioning and interactions and emotions and everything like that are just shut down. So due to it being medical, there needs to be treatment. And so I'm not going to go too much into that right now. I've done plenty of posts on Facebook and I've been blogging on my website. You can check those out, and I might do another video about that. But I want this video to really focus on suicide. So because mental health illnesses affect your brain and cause your brain not to function normally, you are not thinking clearly. So you don't have a choice. So since you don't have a choice, your body has taken over and it's doing what it wants to do because it's broken. So for me, I attempted suicide 3 times. I blacked out. I did not choose. I didn't just give up and choose that I wanted to end my life. The neurons in my brain shut down, and all the other parts of my brain that needed those neurons to help regulate them went haywire. And so that was not me, and that wasn't a decision that I made with a sound mind. So with suicide, 90% of suicides are caused by medical mental health issues. The other 10% of suicide are caused by someone consciously deciding to end their life. So there is a huge difference. And in the Christian community, I've heard a lot of people use certain scriptures to talk about suicide being a sin, and it's just very inaccurate because suicide that is caused by a medical malfunction in your brain is not a choice. So I just want to really drive that point home for anybody who doesn't know that, and for anybody who's just dealing with that. If you have lost a loved one to that and are unaware of what suicide is, just to settle your heart knowing that it wasn't selfish, they didn't choose it, they didn't give up on you, they didn't give up on themselves. Their brain literally attacked them and they had no choice. So I just really want to drive that home, especially with Pastor Andrew's passing, and just some of the comments that I've been seeing have really broke my heart just because of the ignorance of it. And he was being a huge voice in the mental health community, spreading awareness to his church and online and just everywhere, really trying to make it clear what mental health illness was. And he was seeking treatment, and he was on fire for the Lord. So just like people with physical ailments, they didn't choose these physical ailments. It wasn't a lack of faith, or they, weren't praying enough or anything like that at all. It was medical. And when someone loses the fight to cancer, no one calls them selfish, and no one says that they chose that. So it's the same thing with medical mental health illnesses. When suicide wins that battle, they didn't choose that. Their body took over. So that is just the main thing that I wanted to drive home in this video. And I'll just be talking a lot more about this and continuing to spread awareness, because it's very, very serious. And we really need to just bring so much more awareness so that people aren't suffering in silence, and so that they can seek the treatment. Without treatment, that is when the danger rises and when suicide has more potential to win. So in the same way that a physical disease, you would go seek treatment. If you have cancer, you would go get chemotherapy. The same thing. It's the same thing, because it's a medical thing. So I just want to drive that home. And if you are struggling, please, please, please do not suffer in silence. We need people opening it up more about it so that others can really be helped. And it's very, very important to just do your research so that you aren't harming those who are suffering in silence and don't know how to open up. It's very, very, very important to please seek help. Please, please, please. I urge you to seek help. We are working on this view in society in America, and hopefully mental health will be taken seriously in the future. And that's what my heart's desire is, just to see growth in that area, because it's very, very important. So I just really want to just continue to be a voice. So that's all I'm gonna talk about right now. I'm clearly getting emotional. Yes, so thank you for watching, and remember to love always. Bye.